Oh, my phone had a notification. Uh, Hello everybody? Is everything okay? Um, Hello everybody. My name is Shortline K819 and welcome to... We're gonna get into Kerbal Space Program in a moment, but if things are a bit, let's just say a bit, hold up, I'm not used to... If things are a bit scuffed today, please excuse me. I recently did a complete ref... People were texting me. Did oh my gosh, sorry, the stream is wonderful. I did two things. First of all, hello everybody. Hello Crimson. Uh, Hello Rizwan. Hello Sachiko. Hello everybody. Hello Gam. Welcome in. Um, I think, gosh, everything is so borked. Yeah, we're going to be getting into Kerbal Space Program today. However, this is the most amazing start to the stream I've ever been. Mind boom sound effect. Okay, there we go. Why didn't the follow alert occur? Okay, well, I recently did this intro is terrible. I recently did a refresh on my computer. I uh, wiped everything off of it and re-downloaded only things that I wanted to keep. So if my settings are a little bit off, that is why. Um, so it doesn't want people to know I followed you. I don't know why that's the alert box does work. Uh, Hold up. Give me a second. There we go. I don't know why it was not working properly, but so yeah, if my settings are a little bit borked, that is why. I can already tell. Spring computer cleaning, fun, yeah. After 5 years of having this PC, I finally thought I'd go ahead and clean it. But today, I'm also not in my usual location. I'm actually home with my I'm actually at my parents' place for spring break because it is spring break this week. Off from college, so my setup is a bit different. So if my movements are slightly off, because my main monitor is here, and then the secondary monitor where I have OBS and everything is up here. You're hearing me in a jar? Is my microphone settings not working properly? I realized I never actually did any microphone testing before this happened. What the hell is going on? Oh, I put my microphone directly in front of my webcam. Um, is the audio okay, or is it absolutely borked? Uh, Default. Here, let me go ahead. This is the best start to a stream ever. Let me go ahead and mute. Yeah, it sounds like you're using a built-in mic. Oh, I know what's going on. Uh, there we go. Hello? Hello? For whatever reason, it was using the mic built into my webcam. I thought it was normal. No, that is very much not normal. Another thing that I've noticed is that my uh, hopefully that should sound better now. Uh, Another thing that I have noticed, I guess we're going to be troubleshooting things on stream. Uh, Yeti Studio microphone. Okay, that should be better now. Second of all, uh, we're gonna do some brief reconfiguration in VC face because link sensitivity, mouth sensitivity needs to go down as well because uh, there we go. Hello. Uh, okay. Greatest streamer ever. Still a built-in sound? It's still borked? Hold up. Let me take a brief listen at myself. Let me take a brief listen at myself. Yeah, it still sounds like I'm doing things underwater. Uh, Desktop.
Okay. Pull up. Does it work now?
Okay.
Pull up. Does it work
That
now?
I hear myself echoing. Uh,
Yippee! Oh, it works.
Yay, we're 8 minutes into the stream and I've not actually loaded up the game yet. That is wonderful. Anyways, I'll put the music back on. How is the music audio, by the way, friends? I'm using the same Unreal soundtrack that I think Duke Dog recommended, or Brillville 108. I forget who recommended this soundtrack, but it's really nice. Um, yeah, I probably should. Let's say, sounds like you were swimming. I'm swimming. There's a gif of Agnes Tachyon being like, "I'm swimming," that I'm being reminded of right now. All good? Excellent. Okay, so we're going to load back into Kerbal Space Program. This is another thing that I did not check to see whether or not it actually survived the computer transition intact. Hopefully it has. That's going to annoy me, because whenever I look over at the second monitor, it looks like I'm looking over my shoulder. But, just... Let me just do that. Let me reconfiguring. Okay, there we go. So, audio's all good. Nice, y'all can hear the music just fine. The background music just fine. So last time we were playing Kerbal Space Program, we deployed our communication satellite network, and we brought some of our upper stages back to orbit around Kerbin. And, well, actually, screw it, I should not have gone back. I actually wanted to load into something there. Back to the tracking station we go. So we have a couple of these orbiting. I think we have 2 of these, and they both have fuel in them. Because my whole idea, but we go into the daytime so we can actually see what we're doing. Hold up. Okay. So my whole idea is we have a couple of these on orbit, and they have fuel in them. So wouldn't it be wonderful if we had a central area, a central station, if you will, where we can bring these stages back and just dump the fuel in them, and go on our merry way, and use this fuel instead of just having the fuel go to waste. So that was my basic idea. So we're gonna make ourselves a fuel depot where these things can dock to it and dump their fuel in them, and everything will be fine. So let's go ahead and warp to Sunrise. And let's see what do we have anything that we can just adapt off the shelf. This is probably going to be a shorter stream, although I said that last time around, and last time went for like 3.5 hours. Just load up our 1B Odysseus 1 rocket for a second. How is everyone doing today? I'm on spring break. It sure doesn't feel like it because I'm doing schoolwork and worrying about schoolwork, but I hope everyone's having a nice. Okay, so this is our Odysseus 1B rocket. Think. We start putting together a fuel depot. How would we go about doing it?
Everyone's having a fun day, fun week. Uh, now we're actually gonna focus on this. I am all over the place tonight. My brain is fried. Bear is in the room with me, off to the side. He's being very loafish. Recovering from a cold. Oh no, Gam, I hope you do feel better. Um, here's an idea. Here is a really goofy idea for a fuel depot. We're gonna channel some space station Enterprise energy for this. If anyone knows what I'm talking about, although I don't expect anyone to actually know what I'm talking about. Here's an idea. Why develop like a dedicated module? You know, because we can just uh no, we could just do something like, I don't know, like attach a docking port, like a six-way docking to like do something like that, and then slap docking ports, then have all of our upper stages dock to that. Now, the benefit of that is that's fairly low complexity. Like I could slap that together in 5 minutes, and we can effectively use one of our upper stages as basically our service module because it has all the power, it has all the control. But you know what? That's kind of boring. So my idea is, well, we already have all of this. We already have all of this. So why don't what we can do, is this a very cursed idea, admittedly, but I think this is gonna be really really funny. We take our upper stage off, and we effectively slap docking ports and like a power module of this, and then we effectively just like SSTO it. We get it into orbit, and the center core acts as the core for our fuel depot. This already has power. It needs solar panels, though. It already has control in and of itself. This is everything we need for a space station. So let me go ahead and start on. I think this is how we're gonna go about doing this. We can take off some things. Not gonna need stage. Uh, okay. Okay. I have dumb ideas. I know. Bear is awake. He is alive. Um. Uh. Dang it! I started streaming and now I completely like I was gonna talk about some things and now I just can't remember what I was going to talk about. That's way too big. How was everyone today? While I was setting up stream, I was watching Twitch streamer Sachiko, otherwise known as Mujikina Akuma in chat. Uh, and her stream got up to like 30 views, and she got a lot of followers in one stream, which was kind of insane. uh, so that was congratulations, you did well. Streamed. Um, Murder, Vaginal. Just trying to find like. I should lock in. Trust me. Can I? No, I can't, fucking... Uh... I try. I some... Turn the music up. Okay, there we go. Okay. Um... 0.25... diagonal. I'm just curious to see what kind of parts there are. Oh. Eh. That would be nice if I could actually... Weak scale, select core. That would be nice if I could actually adjust the size of this part. Oh, I can. Okay. I don't know what to talk about. Oh yeah, spring break. So when was the last time I streamed? Last time I streamed was last Friday, I believe. So the day after, I decided to come home, back to my parents. I saw the doggies. Leo and Bear are truly real. Dale. Notes. That was nice. I got to see the doggies. And Sunday I just kind of did nothing. Monday I did my accounting schoolwork for my accounting class. None. Or none. Truss. Metal truss. Truss frame. Yeah, okay, that's what. Gonna require a special fairing too. And yeah, so that's what I did, and I was stressing myself out. And then Tuesday, I did more accounting work, and I also stressed myself out even more. And I came to a point, it's like, man, I'm supposed to be on break, and this isn't due until, like, next Wednesday. It's still due a week out from now. Why am I bothering to... And I kind of freaked out a bit. So, I was talking to my mom, she's like, yeah, you should really properly relax instead of continually stressing out about this, because it's not healthy. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm just not gonna worry. And I'm just not gonna worry about it. Do the work that I need to get done. And I don't really know. So I'm just relaxing. Tomorrow I'll probably do a bit more work, but I'm also going out to dinner with my aunt tomorrow. Aunt, no, my parents. But I guess back to that comfy time. Yes. Well, let's see. One thing that we do actually need is docking ports. And we need... So, I guess part of the reason why I realized I was just freaking out about work and everything that I do is that I'm not the most efficient when it comes to my work. Like, I handwrite all my notes. And for a while, I'm like, okay, I need to do that because otherwise I won't be able to remember it, right? At least that was kind of my thinking. But I quickly realized that with some classes, I probably can get away with um, typing notes, uh, especially if it's gonna be if I'm gonna stress over it so much that you know, it takes me 6 hours just to take all the notes for one chapter, and that's why I'm constantly stressed. So, like, okay, I'm gonna be less. I'm gonna type some notes and see how that goes. I do not like how this is coming along at all. Okay, wait. There's 4 of them there. 4 of them there. Those are, yeah, 1.25. Those should be 1.252. So I'm gonna try that with my geology work. Hello there, old sport. Hello, sleepy boy. Welcome in. Welcome in. Let's see. I know. Doesn't make. Okay, so there we go. We have our docking. I also would like. We have power. We have. I also would like. We need solar panel. But where to put them? Okay, actually, give me a second. Let me go ahead and actually load up upper state. We're gonna do. We're just gonna take our upper state here. Oh, I loaded the same craft file. I just need my upper state. Come on, no, I don't need 6 of them. Real quick, we're gonna see. Okay. Got 4. Got 4. I just want to see like what would this look like with everything hatched. Okay, yeah, there's enough clearance there to have a proper docking. Okay, yeah. Actually, I think that'll look very cool once it's on orbit. It's just a bunch of tanks just kind of welded together. Okay, now my confidence is increasing, my friends. Let's just go ahead and just get rid of it now. That's what it will look like. Now, of course, I guess the other problem is that this needs power, because I'm not going to be able to deploy the solar panels out on all those upper stages because they'll collide into one another and I don't want them to break. So this is going to need some sort of power source, like dedicated power source. So we are actually going to have to slap normal solar panels on, which will be fine. First, let me go ahead and want to do something quick. This is just for making it look cool, and I guess more realistic, quote unquote. Come on. My mouse is being funky, I don't know why. Oh, Bear is in the room. He is getting up. Oh wait, never mind, he was just not getting up. He got up, and then he immediately sat back down. Now he's, like, staring at me. Hi, Bear. Baby Bear being so silly. Come on, don't load in. It's gonna be like that. Okay, cool. Why are my camera controls being so funky today? What's... Just my mouse sensitivity, is it screwed up as well? Maybe. Just... My mouse sensitivity is being fucky. Okay. Now, this is just for looks, but hey, sometimes, sometimes you want to make things look, and, like, focusing on it looking like this probably won't impact the functionality too much. Come on. Yeah, there we go. Now what we can do, save. Oh no, is it gonna be like that too? Why is my mouse being so weird today? My mouse is just being really weird. Ugh. Um... Uh... Go. What? Why is it doing that? I didn't even do anything. What the heck? Okay, that should be okay. No, why? This is gonna bother me to no end. I'm gonna lose my mind, and I'm gonna... Okay, there we go. Okay, so I think y'all can see the vision. I think I'm gonna need solar panels. I might want to put another docking port up here, or maybe monopropellant storage up here, and then another docking port. Um, so yeah. Let's... Or maybe we can put it down there, and then... Because, I don't know, are we going to be able to get these to orbit? That's not... Well, we'll see, we'll see. Of course, I fucking... Ah! It's hot in my room. Actually, no, that'll just... Oh yeah, look, it automatically redid. Okay. Uh... That's weird. That it reconnected like that. Actually, I have a better idea. Live for 34 minutes and haven't done anything. Ah, okay. Well, pull up. Monocrop. Okay. What? Why is it being like that? I don't understand why it's... Okay. I got a new mouse recently, and the sensitivity on it is all off. All really weird. Okay, there we go. Now, I have a better idea that will be less of a pain to make. And then... Let's octagonal. Solid. 1, 2. And what I can do... Oh. Yeah. Nope, stop. Hey, can you... And... What I can do to avoid it looking like, avoid it looking incredibly stupid. I can just... I can do it like that. Yeah, and then... Talking... Where's... Oh, there it is. Yippee! Oh wait, those are way too big. Yeah, there we go. Okay, there we go. We got it. Yeah. Okay. Um, Now it's just a matter of copying, pasting it. Do it. Okay. And now we're gonna open. I just want to see merge. Like, what's the clearance like? Oh, I need to that. No, don't copy and paste 4 times over. Is that enough clearance? Yeah. Because what, we have four of these, so 8, we can dock 8 of them. And then, so 4, 8, 12. I just gotta see, like... What's the clearance? Oh yeah, the clearance is gonna be fine. I guess the clearance here is what I'm kind of worried about, but that's besides the point. Okay, well, you know what? I think this will work. It'll be tight, but I I can get away with it. Uh, Art. Auto strut. Art. Auto strut. Group part. Okay. Okay, now we're getting somewhere, I believe. Vernier thrusters. I am going to need them. I never not look at these things and think that's just the turret from Portal. Does anyone else see what I'm seeing? Like, hold up. I know my streams aren't the most entertaining thing in the world, but Portal to turret. If I just hold up. Up. You get to take a peek at my new desktop, which of course is Washington, Ohio stuff. Wait, hold up. But you see what I'm talking about, right? You see what I'm talking about? They look like the turrets from Portal. uh you know. Oh my gosh, it does. Yes, it does. I think it does. I think it does. Okay. Power depleted in 2 days. Yeah, this isn't going to be useful if we don't have solar panels. Those are cool. Those are like Starship, like the original interplanetary transport system / very early Starship solar panels. Okay, so I guess something that we're gonna have to do is, what is the... Let's just start loading these up. What is the fuel? Because, you know, you gotta... I don't want to launch this thing and then discover that I don't actually have enough electric charge to power it at full power. What would... if we have everything docked to scale reroute. Hold up. Come on. If we have everything... Come on. I think this is going to look really formidable once we have everything docked to it. I don't know, say we have... It's gonna count the solar panels that are already on here, but that's what it should look like on orbit once it's done, plus a couple of solar panels. That looks really... You know what? I know it's just a bunch of fuel tanks with existing components, but that actually looks really cool. That looks really awesome. Oh no, I don't want to reroute it to the solar panel. We're gonna have to yoink some of these off, because it's going to count that as it's going to count those solar panels towards the electrical power, even if it's not going to actually be that way when this is on orbit, because those have to be towed away. Obvious reason. Okay, so that's what it should be. 180. Should we put the Starship panels on here? No, if we go 480, full charge in 20 minutes, 92%. Time in darkness, 10 minutes, vessel battery charge. I mean, we're going to have a lot of batteries on here anyways, because, you know, all of these batteries are going to be activated. What's the biggest Cirrus? Oh, that is a lot. That is very big. That also glitches into the actual things, so should we go like full power tower and have it be out that way? That does mean that we can't add another docking port onto there at some point. But that does look cool. Like, just imagine this thing, like on orbit, positioned like this. That looks awesome. Uh, a giant. It's like it's like hold up. You know what this reminds me of? Okay, I'm actually getting into this now. This is really cool. I know no one cares, but this is my Twitch channel, and I get to nerd out over the most mundane things. You know what this looks like? Or this is like a power some of the very early proposals for what eventually became the International Space Station. It was called, oh, there's my mouse being funky again, the Power Tower. And the basic idea is that you have a collection of modules at the bottom and one long truss segment, and at the top you have your solar panels, right? And the kind of point behind this is from the kind of point behind this. I think these stations look amazing. Of course, this is not what ended up getting built at all in the slightest. But the whole point behind it is you have natural stability, basically. Because if you notice, the bottom part of the station's long axis, is kind of it's pointing up and down compared to the Earth. And the reason why is that if you leave something in orbit without any active guidance, you're not pointing it in a particular direction, it will naturally rotate along its long axis. So, say we have this in space, right? And we don't control it at all, we just let it drift. It will naturally, because that's the it's very long, it will naturally go into position itself like that. Well, actually, it would probably position itself more like that, um, because the mass is most of the mass on this is down here. Uh, Actually, no, it's about at the center, but this is fully fueled, so um, and that's it. Basically, gives you passive stability. You don't need any active stabilization. It's called gravity gradient, and that's what that reminds me of. It reminds me of this, which is really cool. Uh, Anyways, that's your lesson for today. That's a late '60s concept of a space station. Saturn V launched, actually. Well, each of those components would be launched by a Saturn V. But then, of course, we did shuttle and we shuttle launch. Yeah. So that's your lesson for today. Um, Fuel capacity does this have? Because that's a lot. So each of these tanks can fill up 2 of those. I don't think we're going to need much beyond that. This is a first generation fuel station. It's not like, where are we going to be in this, say, of a year from now? Are we going to need a bigger depot or are we not? Just for now. I think we're going to just go with something like this. I do also want to see real quick, like, what would, hypothetically, play with the center of yeah, the center of mass is down there. Okay. So I think if we have this thing pointed up like this, um uh we have pointed up like that, then having the solar panels on top probably makes the most amount of sense. Um, that's going to be in a fairing, so can we actually get away with a different type of array? We, in theory, get away with that. Uh, where is our... Oh, yeah, we could get away with that. Were there anything... Nautilus? Copernicus? Oh, that's really small. The baby. We could go crazy and put a nuclear reactor on, but I don't think that will be all that appropriate for what we're trying to do. That generates way more power than we need, although that does look cool. Um, is Bear on the bed? Bear is on the bed. I would bring back dog cam, but the camera that I use for dog cam is what I use to hook up to my streaming rig for the. Let me take a picture of Bear and send it in the chat. So let me go ahead and do that quick. Yeah, that is also way too big. Though it does look cool. We also have to think about my phone is at 2. Let me send Bear in the chat. Bear for those on stream. Okay. Um. Yeah, the other thing too is we have to fit this within a fairing, and that very much does not fit within the fairing, as cool as that is. Uh, Circular. Aries. Or bark. That does look cool. Uh, I guess I could. I could put it on a. That would give some serious power tower vibes right there. Um, Another thing, right? Just curious, how far would this have to be? Oh yeah, we're not doing a fairing that large. Um, I could also always just put it on the stage itself, but I kind of want to keep that. Those would have to go down there in order. Um, I'm here now. Hello, Thrillville. Welcome in. How are you doing today? Those would have to go all the way down here in order to work. Uh, I also don't think, yeah, that wouldn't work either because I'm just trying to put where to put my fuel, my solar panels on. I feel like it's probably going to have to. Those are way too. Cirrus. Um. Where was that one that? Uh. Ah, a wind turbine. Well, we're not going to need that. Let's go ahead. I just need a little tune up here. Um. Let's. Ah. I don't know, because another thing that I kind of want to do is model list. I know this is a little thing, but I do want to get it right. Let's something like that. No, because center of mass is going to be. So yeah, I guess it does kind of need to be at the top because the way it's going to be oriented. Okay. Uh. Okay. So in that case, a little crew tube. I can. airlock. Another thing I do want is I do want the ability for crewed spacecraft to dock to this thing, because I don't know, just for realism, I feel like it would be fun to put this in an orbit that's close to our station, where our eventual crew station is going to be. And I do think it would be kind of fun to simulate, like, okay, ooh, we need to do like a maintenance mission, so you get in the little van and you move on over to the station, the space van, and you come on over to do some on it or whatnot. I don't know, maybe we could add that as a future. Uh, Docking. Your modules be like, I have a long and fulfilling life ahead. No, dummy, the progress incident is coming. Hello, Spud, welcome in. I'm working on my fuel depot, my orbital fuel depot. It is going to be very funny, because I'm just taking the Odysseus 1B tricore and using that as the basis for my orbital fuel depot. And I'm getting hung up on small details, as I often... Let's see. I don't know. Take off your hat. Oh boy. Oh, it's like the ET to orbitals. Exactly. I'm just kind of debating, like, I got the basic structure of it down. Like, those are going to be my various upper stages that come in and dock. It is tight clearance, but I can manage. I'm using the tricore as the basis for the actual fuel depot. Yeah, hair reveal. I mean, it was only added when I got my model, so... Alright, we're just gonna have to settle on something. Let me go ahead and take these off. I know how much power this... so it's not gonna be... I do realize, though, that, yeah, the thing is, we have to make this as light as possible in order to actually get this in. So... Have our monopropellant. I could just always, like, slap a shielded docking port on that side. Haven't focused on space stuff recently beyond hearing about the Artemis program overall. 7-stream streak. Yes, thank you, Throvo109. I am actually genuinely surprised that anyone would want to watch me for 7 streams in a row, but... Okay. Got ourselves a 2. I'm gonna go ahead. Staging. From a logistics standpoint, if I'm gonna be well, we actually talked about this in class, but we only briefly touched on it, and then we went on spring break. So, and I haven't really been paying attention too much to it. Well, the logistics side of the Strait of Hormuz thing. So I can't really can't really comment much on it. Because here's the thing, I only just got into the actual my actual major, the introductory class for my major. Man cabin. I just match note. I mean, that would provide us a little pressurized volume, like a little work shack. And then we can slap a docking port. Actually, hold up. There a... Hold up. I'm gonna load up something real quick. I want to see. Is there an airlock on this thing? Going for 1 hour and I've barely gotten this done. Yay, that's how KSP goes. I'm not the most efficient KSP player in the world, but... Oh, I forgot I have Chatterer installed. Is there... Oh, it's back there. But here's a question. I have... I have this back here. Port info. I assume it's going to say, oh, it's blocked. Yeah, all hatches are obstructed. Okay. Well, we could always just slap a docking port somewhere, or we can just bring up another module that just like attaches there. Fuck. Open. And then solar. Electrical. Nope. blanket photovoltaic array. My internet is crashing? Oh, that's not good. Little lander can. And for our future crew vehicle, just that looks really stupid. Um, did you already read my big wall of text? If so, my stream was frozen while you did. From an Earth Sciences major standpoint, it very much feels like a culmination of market movement towards renewables that's built for a while. This is just me being trying to be optimist or hopeful. I mean, from a cold hard cash standpoint in this field, you can very much get a sense that people are seeing the writing on the wall from a purely economic standpoint. Interesting. Why am I getting so hung up on it? I really don't know why. I just need to vent. I just need. Like a little pressurized radial attachment module. Okay. And then talking. I think you might be a little quiet. You might turn up your volume a little. Like on my microphone or the audio? Actually, I have an idea. I don't know why I've been staring at this for 30 minutes and I've gotten nowhere. Microphone preferably? Okay, let me just... let me... Hello? Is that better? Is that better? Hello? Hold on. Hello? Payload, aerodynamics, ground. Hubs. Robotic, structural. Oh. Match node size. Core, solid. Okay. So, docking. Open. No, that's better, I think. Ah, why do I keep... Okay, you know what? I think if we want... I've gotten nowhere. Okay. You know what? In situations like this, I always was taught, when you get frustrated, go and work on some other thing and come back. Or actually, yeah, I don't really see why we need to have crew attached to this thing anyways. Um, I mean, it's nice for, like, roleplay reasons, but... Uh... Hmm. Tube. Surface. Uh... Metal, bear, metal, bear. Bear? Bear my dog? I say as he might actually end up finding a solution to this problem. Better, but you still have some echo. Yeah, because all I did was just turn the gain up. Okay. Wait. Hello? Hello? If you're frustrated, you could just boot up TF2 or something. I could, but I kind of want to get this done. Uh... Actually, no. I think I might have found a solution to that actually satisfies myself. Uh... Let's see. I need a port. You know what I need? I need a... let's see. Need a radial connector. And now I need docking port like that. And then solar. Oh yes, electrical communications. Yeah, electrical. That's too big. That's too small. That might also be too big. Well, that would be perfect, but it'll go beyond the confines of bearing and like. So it might actually be best to have something like that. Or actually, I have an idea. uh, Match node size. We don't need that. Uh, Come on, come on. My mouse is being really fucky. If some of the settings are all weird, that's because I did a complete number one. I did a complete operating reset on my computer. Um, so some of my I had to like redo all my settings and whatnot. And second of all, I'm also in a different location than I normally am. It's spring break and I'm at my parents', so my setup is different than normal. My setup is different than normal, so uh and then let me go ahead and rotate it out that way. Or extend solar cells. You know, it might be best to put that on a robotic arm. Sorry if I'm not paying much attention to chat right now. I think I might have cracked the code on this. Uh, so robot. Target extend. Oh, no, I'm rotating the strut. Yeah, I'll read chat in a moment. Just come on. Or do they need? Well, I guess they don't need to be rotated up like that anymore, though. Uh, Come on, come on. uh, and if that just extends up, and I don't know, we'll just see. Eh, no, because they'll still get in the way of things. Oh yeah, I could always just have it be like that. uh, and that won't get in the way of anything. So, okay, crack solar cell. And then we can lock that. Okay, I think we got our solution there. Let me just go ahead and quickly like read chat real quick because I know a lot of people are saying a lot of really great things and I have not responded. So I was rambling. Drilling oil out of the ground is massively resource intensive. Thoroughly finite process which relies on huge international supply chain and trade routes. I think the lesson a lot of people take from this is they can't necessarily rely on supply chain anymore when alternatives exist now. Yeah, that was a big thing during COVID too, because although not with necessarily like resources like oil, but there's a lot of before COVID, supply chains were global and they're really long, and they still are to a large degree, but there was a lot more emphasis when COVID hit when people were like, oh gosh, our supply chain is scattered across 12 different locations, all in separate countries, all the way around the world. So there's been a lot of interest in like what's called nearshoring, which is basically reducing the length of said supply chains so they're more resilient, so they don't break as easy. A lot of that is a lot of there's been a lot of talk about bringing manufacturing closer back to the US. A lot of that, frankly, has gone to Mexico, which, I mean, is probably better for the United States than if it remained in China. But um, it's interesting to see how, yeah, there's a lot of discussion of that as it related to manufactured goods, but now there's that related to actual natural resources. It's weird to see that we've pretty much gone completely topsy-turvy with the federal government actively fighting drill, baby, drill. And the companies are getting nervous because panels are literally cheaper at this point. Yeah. Uh, with the exception of your love of spacecraft, you might have a lot of another VTuber I watch named Blinding Light. I'll have to check them out. Um, something space-based solar power. That's probably not happening for a while, but uh, okay. Uh, Fuel Depot. What I need to do is I need to get my upper stages um back. I want to see something real quick. The stream has been all over the place. Oh my gosh. I just want to see because that's where a crew vehicle, any potential crew vehicle would dock, which I mean, the upper stages, it's fine if they slam into one another. I mean, not really. But actually, that's more clearance than I thought than it otherwise would be. I don't know. Just for the sake of the crew, I might add an extra rung. This is already going to be a ridiculously large fairing. So let's go ahead. Just separate that out just for the hell of it. Okay, we have power. We have our crew, our little crew location. We also need, you know what I forgot to add? I forgot to add containers, with like supplies and stuff. I feel like it would be interesting. Hold up, containers, utilities. Triple habitat module. That's for like surface bases and whatnot. Near future, launch vehicles, cargo. Oh, it's in cargo. Sorry, I have not. External stowage units. These are like external stowage platforms, like on the ISS. Yeah, we can slap a couple of these on here just for the heck of it. Let's see. Slap a couple of right there. We can put in like struts and whatnot. We got our solar panels, we got our RCS. I guess the only thing I have to do is I do want to add some ladders because I do like to have ladders around whenever I'm doing EVAs around a spacecraft so the Kerbal can grab onto it and not just floating through space. And lights. Lights would be good too. And then of course we have to like cal it up. Then we'll decal it up, you know, because I gotta make it look nice. This might actually be, once this is done, this might actually turn into my favorite, like, station that I've ever built, because this is gonna be so cool looking, I think, in the end. Save. Oh, we also need... Oh, that's supposed to go like that. I guess it really doesn't matter, but have it be. No. I guess because it's a space station, I also need a larger antenna than the base antenna that's just on the stage. Um, on. Very nice. Oh, I guess we can. Slap that on there. Cracked in. Antenna. Cracked antenna. There we go. Okay. What was I gonna add? Oh yeah, I was gonna add ladders in places. As I said, I always like to add ladders because when I'm doing EVAs, uh, I just find it incredibly useful to have places to physically grab onto with the Kerbals. Guess we don't need. I don't want to clutter it up with ladder parts, obviously, so I'm just gonna have these tiny little ladder. I'll put them in various places around the craft. Put some down here. I don't know, say maybe we want to inspect some of the motors down here, you know. Oh yeah, that's another thing too, because come on. We don't need... Well, I guess I could take those radial decouplers off. Yeah, we can disable staging for those radial decouplers. And then we can also, because... you know what? I'm going to keep the Separatrons on for now. And just, like, see what happens. Okay, let's go ahead. It's not done, but I do want to do a quick test just to see if this can actually make it to orbit in and of itself. I don't think it will, but oh, of course our docking port's going to be like that. Going to require a very special fairing. The station shall be named Francis Scott Key Memorial Fuel Depot. No, I'm not calling it that, but I will launch a... That is a ridiculous fairing. I will launch a cute bat. I reserve the right to name big pieces of infrastructure like this. Um. Okay, and to make sure that it doesn't wobble to pieces, we're gonna auto strut. Auto strut. Actually, up there, I'm gonna auto strut to the head because why not? Okay, we're just gonna switch to the VAB real quick. Just gonna launch it. I think my phone died. No, it's at 2%. Let me check my phone real quick. I have a sneaking suspicion that we're not going to be able to SSTO this thing, but that's fine. I've been pinged. Been pinged by Joe, I believe. Actually, who was I pinged by? I think it was pinged by accident. Oh well. Okay. So this is just a test flight. This is just a simulation. Okay. Yeah, I don't think this is going to have enough delta V to get it with all 3 cores, which is fine. Still having... My original idea was to still have the center core, the 3 cores, if we get into orbit. Yeah, we're not going to be able to get into orbit with 3 cores. Well, let's see how far we can actually make it with just this. Hello? Well, that's no good. Going for an hour and 30 minutes. Let me go back into the spaceplane hangar. Time is 9 o'clock. Easiest part. I am going to enable staging on that once again, just to see. Starship Flight 1 jump scare. True, true. Okay. What the heck was I going to say? Pull up. We're gonna delete that fairing real quick. Where are... Where are the struts? Oh, I love how struts are in miscellaneous. Okay. Hello? Uh... Why? Why is that not... Okay, that's weird. Yeah, KSP is being weird. KSP has been acting up tonight. Uh... Sorry, friends. I know that looks stupid, but we're just gonna... Would that even... Oh yeah, it would allow me to go through the... One, 4, 5. That is kind of a ridiculous fairing for a craft like this, but oh well, that's might be what we have to do to get this to work properly. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna have to do the side cores, but we will see. We will see. On orbit. All right, this is going to be a another test just to see what happens. Normally, I don't like to make weird custom fairings like that. Like I like to establish a fairing and work within the boundaries of the payload fairing because that's how real life works. But I feel like with a special payload like this, it's justified, I guess. Ow. Banged my elbow. Okay. Ah, why am I zooming in? Okay, sorry if I'm not paying attention to chat. I am launching, so I tend to pay attention to the launch. Side cores are gonna have to jettison. Okay, that's fine. That's still like 4 tugs worth of uh fuel right there. Okay. Roll it down for me to cut off for side core separation. Actually, could we... Now I'm curious, could we actually carry this into orbit? I'm gonna quick save, and I'm gonna see if I can carry this into orbit, actually. What's our delta V like? 3,000 meters second of delta V? Okay. I'm going to throttle up. Pitch all the way over. This is a very weird launch. Okay. Quick save. Deploy the fairing. Oh, it's clamshell. I did not mean to do the clamshell. Well, I actually intended to do the clamshell, not the non-clamshell deploy. I want to see if we can get this into... In theory? Could... This admittedly is going to be a very bizarre launch profile because we're not jettisoning the boosters. But we are in orbit. We are in space now. So now it is just a matter of gaining as much speed as we possibly can. Which, 2,000 meters a second left of delta V. Yeah, we should be able to make it into orbit. We can SSTO this thing. Okay, I'm actually really happy about that. And if not, we can always settle for a lower... Yeah, look, 1,800 meters a second of delta V. We do not need that in order to get into a low Kerbal orbit. We are going to be fine. We're going to have some fuel to spare. And then I will know that this idea is actually sound and not just an insane pipe dream on my part. No, I was talking last stream about... oh, the music cut out. I was talking last stream about, like, oh yeah, how I'm reusing my upper stages, and I find it cool that we're, you know, going to reuse these things and, you know, suck all the fuel out them and scavenge the fuel for other purposes. Like, you know, it'd be kind of cool to do that with a tricore. Okay, 100 by 52. Yeah, we have 700 meters second of delta V left. This is a sound idea, which is kind of insane, but yeah, we can SSTO this thing, guys. Oh my gosh. I just want to see what this looks like on orbit, like completely deployed real quick. just to see. Uh, solar panel, solar panel. Uh, so I guess that's what it's gonna look like fully deployed on orbit. Obviously without any of the tugs, but that that is really. I'm not even touching my mouse. I'm barely. I need to adjust the sensitivity on this thing. That looks amazing. I I am so happy right now that this is a sound idea. Okay. Uh. Okay. Let me go ahead and bring the. Let me gonna go ahead and bring the music back up. Okay. Let me go back into the to the vehicle assembly building. Hello, KSP. Okay. Excellent, excellent. It's 9 o'clock. Um, that's fine. Odysseus Fuel Depot. Load her up. Okay. Oh. Well, the first thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to adjust the. Oh, I'm going to adjust the strut. Um. Yay! Yes, yay indeed. Uh. Come on. Now I know this thing can SSTO, which is also like, oh my gosh, it can SSTO. Uh. That's also slightly offset, I believe. Yeah, there we go. That's correct. Okay. All right. That means I can just keep the flags on this and whatnot, and it'll be fine. Okay. So what else? What else do we need at this point? Let's see. We have ladders in places, right? Ladders right there, ladders right there, ladders on the outer end. Uh, also put some ladders kind of in the middle right here. Just just in case we need them. And I already have the flags. I do want to change the decals around though, so it says Odysseus Fuel Depot. Or actually, just naming it after the rocket is kind of boring. I remember my old save, like my old Shortline Space Program save from COVID. If anyone remembers that, I made a YouTube series on it. 'Cause I was thinking like, okay, well maybe I always name my stations after the shuttle orbiters. So I started with, well, I skipped out on Enterprise, but I started with Columbia, and then I went to Challenger, and then those were the only two stations that I really ended up building. So I just kind of did that, and that was it. Uh, but I feel like we're gonna have more stations in this save. So what I think I'm going to do is I might bring that idea back and name this Enterprise, the Enterprise Fuel Depot. Craft name is misspelled. Oh, what did I misspell? Did I misspell Odysseus? I probably did, and now it's stuck on every vehicle, and I'm just gonna keep with the misspelling. Um, deployable staircase. Uh, but I think we're gonna name this. I don't know. Is there like I don't know. If we're doing Odysseus for our launch vehicles, I feel like we need to take something from the Odyssey, uh, which well, okay, so hmm, wanna affix a Greek name to it? If Odysseus is the rocket, pull up. Let me do some quick research. Uh, hmm. Anyone got any names? Name ideas? Polyphemius? Maybe. Uh, the one-eyed son of Cyclops. On the island of Cyclopes during his and we could call it Calypso because that was the island. Well, that's the nymph that Odysseus kind of got stuck on Gavdos for a while, and Calypso kind of kept him there. Um, Fun fact: my family is originally from Gavdos, and by I mean that like pre 1650, my family lived there. And then they moved to Crete, and then killed an Ottoman governor, like an Ottoman general of an island or of the island, or maybe it was just Hanya specifically, for for kidnapping the sister of one of my great ancestors, and they broke her out of like the Ottoman palace in Hanya, and then they fled into the mountains where they founded the village my grandfather's from. That's my family lore, by the way. Um, so maybe I can call it that. Is the big Cyclops? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I'm aware. Um, Hold up. Go ahead. I kind of like Calypso as a name for the fuel depot. Oh, my phone went off. I feel like naming the spacecraft Calypso was a bad omen even before Starliner. Now it's an absolute farce. I completely forgot that the Starliner was named that. Well, I don't care because I like the name. So that's what we're calling it. We're gonna call it Calypso A because, you know, we might actually need another one of these at some point, so... Pull up. Calypso A. Save. We're gonna delete the old Odysseus Fuel Depot. Now we have A fuel. Okay, what else? Well, I think the only thing left is lights. I like to put lights on my vehicles, you know. Uh, I like to put lights on my vehicles because, you know, lights are cool. Um, let's ability. All right, let's deck this thing out in light. And I'm not going to make them navigation lights because obviously this isn't going to be doing any navigating. Station. I'm going to put the lights in the same place because, you know, go. Adjustable micro spotlight. Well, let's. Man, we're gonna get this on orbit tonight. I actually did not expect that. Oh yeah, we also got to, since this thing can actually SSTO, uh, I am going to disable the staging up. And now that we also know that it's going to SSTO, we can also take the Sepatrons and just yoink them because we don't actually Bear is still. I'll probably get him up after this. The move. It's a fatter boy. Lights like that. Okay. Um. Hold up. Uh. Let's start from the top. And work our way down. Save. This light placement is going to be a pain, but oh well. Come on. Ugh. Still gonna keep on saving this because I don't know. Go. On all four sides. Excellent. Here we go. These lights are kind of annoying to put on, but you know what? It'll be worth it. At least I think so. How many parts is this craft? Because, like, the only thing... We're not jettisoning anything. All of this is going to orbit except for the fairing. So... let's... This up here, this working. Down there. Yeah. Save. Okay. Another thing, clam will deploy on increased ejection force on this one because of a much bigger fairing. So these dome lights, I'll put them on here. In between. Oh yeah. Here we go. Okay, there we go. I always forget what's the power like. Yeah, that's not. Okay. I think this is good. I do actually want to put a NASA worm on this somewhere. As I like to do. Because normally the worm would be on the upper state. This. Go. And then, I don't know why, because recently I've been... Actually, no, I think that's fine. That's fine. Alright, I think our Calypso A fuel depot is built. I am just going to test something out real quick. Just to confirm. Let me get my Odysseus upper stage real quick. Move that. Reroute it to that. Test version. Save. Or load up. Fuel depot. Version. Merge that. I just want to make sure for one final time that I did my engineering correctly. before let me save. Okay. Oh yeah, we still have plenty of electric charge. Well, actually, hold up. Oh yeah, we still have plenty of electric charge. So that's roughly what it will look like on orbit, plus the solar panels deployed out. Go ahead. You know, that's it at full capacity right there, which that's it at full capacity, which it obviously won't be most of the time. Uh, that looks fantastic. System heat, do I have anything? No. Fully operational fuel depot. Okay, let me go ahead and delete the test version because I don't need it. But yeah, that's, as I said, that's roughly that's what it will look like if we get every single docking port on this thing full. Which, as I said, that's not going to happen. Actually, it might happen sooner than you think. I guess with the spent stages, we can just deorbit them, I guess. Or, like, put them in a little, an orbit around it, but... Okay. Calypso A fuel. Oh. Alright, there we go. Save. I'm going to check Discord for a second, because people are messaging me. Let's see. I just realized you might have been hearing random beeps because Discord... I don't know, I... Actually, no, I would have heard them too. Okay. Calypso A Fuel Depot. I realize that I don't actually need a serial number on these boosters because there is no upper stage. I guess this is technically LV008. Let me go ahead and just... Oh, my phone is going off. Would it save decals across? Pull up. Open Calypso. And Spud, you did redeem a satellite name, so I do have to honor that. Which is why we'll be launching a CubeSat on this mission. That will, I guess, orbit in a coplanar with the rest of everything else. Oh yeah. So Edgeware LV0008, I believe, is this booster. Still my phone. Probably could hear that. And I guess one more thing, which is solar panel. I don't have any. Oh, that's to shut off the RCS thrust. You can do that all manually. Fine. Swag. Yes, yes, indeed. That's mostly what that redeem is for. I get to name a little CubeSat after somebody. So if anyone also wants another cube, well, we'll just have the one because no one else has redeemed it. So. But I reserve the right to name all serious spacecraft. But yeah, there we go. We're ready. Going to save it for like the 8 quadrillionth time. Calypso A fuel depot. We are ready to go. Okay. Save. Bring up photo real quick. Give me a second. Did I take this picture? There we go. Okay. Gotta rotate that way. Now we need the lamps. Hello, KSB. This is probably the biggest launch that we have done so far. Hold up. I always put these clamps in like a very specific location on the vehicle. And they're actually currently where the ladder is. Wait, let me... Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm not changing the GSE around, so I guess that's my excuse of me just being like, I'm gonna shift that down. At the very last second. Man, this really is just one stage. Oh, and of course I ended up taking them off and I ended up tabbing out by accident. Because of course I did.
Be charming.
Be charming indeed. Thank you, Sleepy Boyo. I am getting kind of sleepy myself, not gonna lie. Okay. Open. Position. Right above the vernier. Okay, open. Oh, let's... Oh, that's also glitched into the ladder. You just bring the ladder. Bring it upwards a little bit, too. Uh, save. Oh, and of course I... Sorry, friends. I am getting kind of tired. I'm not paying too much attention, so... Check. I got this across vehicles. Yeah. Open fuel depot. Okay, there we go. Also going to shift that down slightly. Okay. LV008, LV08. Of course, I only put that on one side. Sleep is consuming thee. Yes, yes, it is. Okay. Oops. Ah. Now, I believe we are ready to go with this. Time shall deploy, mouse over. Save. We're gonna go to add 40. I think enough time has passed where we can launch this. I always skip like 20 days between launches just for the heck of it. Okay. All right. 2 hours, 20 minutes in. Hello, Kerbal Space Program? KSP? Please load KSP. Please load. Always a morning watch. Probably the weirdest configuration of vehicle that we've launched, but got our Calypso A fuel depot. Why? Oh, oh my gosh. I need to adjust this mouse sensitivity. Oh my gosh. There we go. There we go, chat. Oh, isn't that wonderful? Oop. Okay, let me just go ahead and... All right. Okay. So, I think we're going to target a pretty standard 100 by 100 kilometer orbit for this thing. What the fuck is going on with my mouse? What? Okay. We're just my hand's off the mouse. Okay, we're just not gonna zoom in. Go ahead, take a sip of my water. Take one last look at the vehicle. Well, we're going to be taking a look at the entirety of this vehicle minus the pairing, so for quite a while. So. All right. I'm going to no longer pay attention to chat. Let me get something up to block chat. Oh, accidentally. Oh, wait, I accidentally closed out of the wrong thing. Hold up. I closed out of the wrong... Okay, there we go. Okay, chat, I am no longer paying attention to your chicanery. Throw my phone over there. There it is. Okay. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and liftoff. Liftoff of the Calypso A fuel depot. This modified Odysseus. This is Odysseus 1C now. Got orbit. Orbit's all we need. Why are you like this? Okay, well, I don't need your petty distraction. Rotation. Rotation feature is great, I love it. Rotation. Oh, nope, it flipped out. What the heck? Ah! Okay, well. Okay, I'm gonna revert back to launch. And we're gonna try again. Really? I don't know why it did that time when it worked fine the other time before. Probably something I should fix, but if we're only launching this once and we can make it through, I guess that's okay. Let me go ahead and... Yeah, the crap is wobbling up there. Auto strut heaviest part, I think, might be the play right there. Yeah, because if it's auto strutting to the root part, it's only auto strutting to there. But if it's auto strutting to the heaviest part, it's auto strutting all the way down there. So, I think that's why it screwed up that time. We didn't auto strut it correctly. Forgot to re-auto strut it. Oh, okay. Why is my mouse doing? Everything is fucked. Yeah. Why did it zoom in? I need mouse sensitivity. That's why. Okay, well, we're gonna try again. Okay, I'm locking in on this. Ugh. Okay. Going on a little bit of a steeper trajectory, but that's that's okay. Yeah. Okay, coming up on what would normally be core stage for booster separation, but in this case we're continuing on orbit with this. Or pitch over. That was a bit of a steeper trajectory than normal, probably because I'm a bit paranoid about, you know, this thing. Flatten out our trajectory now. Okay. I'm gonna quick save. Deploy that out. And that worked fine. Okay. Now it's just a matter of slowly burning into our proper orbit. Okay, I can take a look at chat again, so that's nice. Throttle back. Okay, let's see. Okay, we're almost there. Terminal guidance. We're not gonna have much delta V left. Oh, we barely have any. Can we just get into a stable orbit? Okay, there we go. 800 meter, 800 by 780, 88 by 78. Okay. With 400 meters a second of delta V left. That was very close, but you know what? I'll take it. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to save the vehicle on orbit. We're going to shut down most of these engines. They'll probably never relight, but... Okay, we are actually on orbit now, which is nice. Let me go ahead and take a look. Our electric charge is fine. engine. I'm also now going to thrust limit these to like 5 meters per second, or actually no, we can thrust limit them down to like 5. Or let me type in these numbers rather than screwing it around on a slider. Okay, that was not as an efficient trajectory as our first time around, but you know what? We managed to get into orbit, which I'm very happy with. Um okay. So I think our first thing is we're going to raise our apoapsis up to 100 kilometers. Also very dark. Let's turn the lights on. Oh, did we? Oh, we forgot some lights in some places. Ah. You know what? That's okay. Those lights aren't as bright as I thought they would be. Oh yeah, look, some oh, well, actually no. No, we didn't put lights there on purpose. The lights are right there. Yeah, I don't think we had enough lights on this thing, but that's okay. Alright, we're gonna light up our engine. Get our apoapsis 100. Okay, apoapsis at 100. Yeah, I think the lights are... We put all the right lights on. It's just that the lights that we put on are not particularly strong. It also doesn't help that our lighting isn't... Yeah. Got light. Or did we screw up our lights? I don't know. Oh well. Okay. Right, light up that engine. Our last bits of fuel to get us in a mostly orbit. There we go. I do want to adjust our inclination, so we'll set the move target. We'll go to our sending node. Where's our... That's coming out. Oh, dang it, sticky keys. Okay. Get our inclination down to 0. And 0.032. Good enough. Okay. Now what we can do is we can begin to extend some of this out. Send out our solar panel. Locked. Position it. I'm gonna want it. Another solar panel send out. Yes, it did. I need to increase the brightness. Do that right here. Settings. Gameplay. Video and graphics. Full res. Ambient light boost. More ambient light would be nice. Map. Oh well. And then warp around until day. Okay, there we go. Okay. There we go. Our fuel depot is on orbit. I do also have to go ahead and deploy you. And this is going to be... Oh, I don't need to decouple the... Wait, this is going to be... Control. And rename the... Okay, there's Spud. You got your satellite. Anyways, switch back to this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to rename station. That's what it is. Whole big station. Looks like I forgot to put some lights on. That's okay. Oh no, some of the lights are in weird places. I did not complete the lights on all of this. Oh well, that's fine. But yeah, that's our fuel depot. That is that's it. We did it. I've been going for nearly 3 hours now, but we have our fuel depot on orbit. It's ready to receive. Man, I can't believe that this actually worked as intended. This is crazy. That does look very nice. It also looks very weird, but you know what? That's fun. But yeah, I guess I'll just end the stream here. I realize I don't actually have Stream Manager brought up. Let me go ahead and do that. But anyways, I think we're going to end it here. I am tired. I want to sleep. And yeah. So thank you all for watching. Mission successful, yeah. I don't know when I'm gonna stream next. Maybe Sunday, probably not. I love how one of my suggested collaborations is itself. Let me go ahead and see. Well, okay, well, thank you to, I'm not even going to switch to the chatting screen, I'm just going to be here. Thank you to Gam, Sleepy Boyo, Spud, Thrillville109, Crimson, James, Rizwan, Sachiko, for the stream. Sorry if it was a little scuffed. Yeah. There is someone who is playing RSSRO who has a distinctive similarity to me in terms of streaming. So we're gonna go raid that person. And yeah, well, thank you all for watching, and I will see y'all in the next one. Goodbye, everybody. Let's start this raid. Goodbye, everybody.